Okay, next one I'm going to touch on will be under our heroes, because I realized our group, quite many of us actually have this fire sniper. Okay, so in fact he's one of the most popular heroes. You can see under hero rating. The comment people actually say that increase allies readiness, build speed quick, and you see there are some Chinese comment. But it's not easy to train because you need to hit 100% critical rate for him. Why is this so? Because of his second skill. You can see that after delivering a critical hit, the caster gain 1 focus, and it also at the same time increase the combat readiness of all allies by 15%. But if you were to do the skill enhancement, you can actually boost it to an additional 10%, giving you up to 25% CR for the whole team at the start. So not only that he have to hit 100% critical rate to ensure that this passive will proc every time he hits, but he also have to make sure that his personal speed will be the fastest, so you'll be the first to execute during the arena battle. Typically at once you hit the challenger stage, most of the enemies, their speed should be around 200 benchmark. So I'm still working on my gears. You can see that it's not fully plus 15. At speed of 195 is actually pretty fast, so most likely my sniper will be able to be the first to kick in for battle. So you have to see that most of the gears, like what they mentioned, 4 speed. So that is the equipment set bonuses. But what we want to gain further breakthrough is to make sure every single gears inside within there's speed substat. Substat meaning to say, you can see from the 4-liner, there's 4 different stats. Every gear, that equipment that we get from hunting or drop or gold chest is always randomly generated, except for those fixed gold epic gears from the labyrinth. So you can see from here my equipments, even though it's blue color, but the item level is pretty high. So this means what? This means that my substat base will be much higher than those item level that are much lower. The maximum item level in this game is 85, but if you were to go to raid maps, right, you can actually acquire item level 85 gear equipments. So we try to get as much substat with speed, critical chance, attack, and of course you can see okay, on the left what you see is basically on the first liner, like weapon, you see attack is 180, helmet has 495 health, and the armor have a 75 defense. These are all flat stats, which is actually not so good when you go into the mechanics of doing the calculation for your damage output or etc. The most crucial item in this whole game, it will be on the right side, the 3 items, namely your necklace, your ring, and your boots. Why? Because you see, from the necklace wise, right, you can actually get main stats with percentage. In this scenario, necklace is the only item in the game that can give you critical chance rate percentage. So just that happen, I have this item, so I just equip. If let's say in future I can get better items with better substats, I will definitely replace it. So luckily there's speed, but I've not really enhanced it. Hopefully in future the speed amount will increase, then I can hit beyond a 200 speed benchmark. Next will be the ring. Ring, we will usually focus on getting attack percentage, because the bonuses from attack percentage on accessories is in fact very high. So later I'll touch on the how to do the estimation of the calculation. So you can see from this ring itself, this was actually done under the gacha using the ancient coins. Quite luckily I got it the steps with attack percentage, and with built-in critical chance, speed, and also some defense. Okay, for these boots, it's actually an event boots during the Christmas event, which actually I told a lot of friends not to miss it, but it seems that a lot of people started late. So basically it's a speed boots with built-in speed, and at the same time give you very good 4 main substats with percentage. Likewise, there's also another helmet, the Christmas hat, that give you the 4 main substats with percentage. But need not to worry if you do not have them, because there's a lot of events upcoming in future, so eventually you still get different types of epic gears, but the item level is not still the best, because it's only at 70 plus. You can actually acquire better gears as you go to the higher boss stage hunt. So another hero touch on because of the recent banner is Bellona, because there's a lot of different discrepancy on how to build her up, because her third skill in fact give the AoE damage reduction, reduce the defense of all enemies for 2 turns. This effect chance will increase by 20% if you were to trigger by the first skill, the Windbreak Fan. So literally we can say that 65% plus 20, there's 85% chance of actually trigger proccing the skill effectiveness onto the opponents. But what we actually want is to do the chain combination of a skill. So each time you were to execute during her turn for skills, she'll gain this focus. No, let me check. Yeah, there will be a stack focus bar. If let's say she hit 5 focus bar, right, what will happen is that she will lose all the focus bar and activate the third skill. So during the skill rotation, what we want to do during the first turn will be triggering her skill 3 followed by skill 2. Thereafter using skill 1, which actually will accumulate 5 focus stack, and it will proc the skill 3 again. So a lot of people actually ask players to go for 4 speed equipments with critical rate, or 4 speed with 2 hit. Reason so is because in this scenario, right, if let's say her speed is 200 versus enemy whose speed is just 100, right, the chance during her turn phase she can actually attack twice. That is one of the possible build. The other type of build will be actually equipping her with gearing such as like counter gear. Counter gear, if you have 4 piece, right, there's a 20% chance that you can actually counter attack when you get attacked by opponents. It depends on what your gearing concept is, whether you are wearing a speed team or playing a tanky team or playing a delay team. Countering attack usually is used for those heroes whereby their first skill has certain effect, like a tank. Example, you see for my tank, the first skill, if he were to hit enemies, right, he have a 50% chance to provoke for 1 turn, but this effect chance can be increased by skill enhancement level. So countering attack gear is, we usually say, is more suitable for tanking heroes or heroes that is capable to sustain longer fights. So also previously mentioned that team leader slots under this first slot, right, what happened is during the battle, right, the tendency of a enemy team to attack the specific hero who is the team leader will have a higher rate. So this is the reason why usually we will put our tanker under this slot section. So if not, will be some warrior heroes that is heavily dependable on HP stats and also defense stats. So in this scenario, right, what's going to happen is that, just a moment, yeah, got some calls. Okay, I'm gonna build out a PvP team. So you go under arena, right, you can do a defense team setup for your team, but what's going to happen is that if you were to be able to successfully defend against enemy who attack you, you're going to gain victory and earn the arena point for free. Like you can see for this scenario, those in circle stars are just a normal battle. But if you see it's an icon of a shield, right, blue means that you defended and you won successfully. If it's a red color in the shield icon, it means that you defended and you lost. So I will touch on the PvP section later. So back to the gearing. With that, usually we will go for full speed team in PvP arena. So what I'm gonna do is I'll take my fire jewelry. Usually the soft targets are much weaker. range heroes especially. So we actually put that on the back line, and we'll put those tanky warriors in the front. So they will act as our mid shield at the front. Okay, my Bellona, I haven't equipped her. So just now I was actually touching on different build set for her. The chance of her triggering her first skill or countering attack each turn phase will actually accumulate 5 bars. So how we want to make this hero efficient will be trying to accumulate the 5 focus bar in the shortest time possible. Then the artifact, of course, we definitely have to use the Rosa, which you can see from here. It increased the dual attack chance by a certain percentage and increased the attack of her by 30% when it's not under her turn. So she can actually interrupt during every ally's turn phase, which is very good. So you don't really need to wait until 5 turns to hit 5 focus point, but rather every single of your hero's turn, there's a potential that she will attack and accumulate the focus point, and thus prop the skill. So I'm going to set the equipment for her. I want to have the highest damage output as possible, and at the same time giving her as much speed as possible. So I'll give her accessory with speed and attack. Okay, 4 pieces of set equipment. This will increase my speed by 25%. So you can see just now my speed was actually much lower, but now it has been increased to 147. So for the secondary set gear, what I'm going to do is I go for higher critical chance speed. I just swap my gear to Shichuri. So what I'm going to do is I find whatever I can that can just sub in. Actually, this will be my preferred item, speed with attack percentage. So probably later I'll just remove this low item level gear with something like a critical rate gear. So for now I just swap temporary since 2005. Then I'll get that equipment with speed with attack. Yeah, this one. So take note, let's say example, you can see my this heroic item. There's only 3 substats. So every +3, let's say if your substats have 1 stats missing, you just need to enhance it with +3, and what's gonna happen is that the 4th substat will appear. So let's give it a try. I need 3 items. If you have doubt on what kind of gear to feed as a fodder, just take reference. If the main stats, you can see like health 165, this is called flat stats. We do not want flat stats equipment on our gearing. We try to get as much as a percentage if possible. So we try to take this one as one of the fodder, and let's what I will want for this situation would be having a critical hit chance or have a speed substats as my 4th liner. So let's see. Okay, what I get is a flat attack stats. So in this case, you can see my main stats is already in attack percentage, but why is there another 4th liner of attack that appears? At any point of time, right, there is no way that you can have 2 same stat criteria to fall onto a gear item. So let's say my main stats is, my main stat for my boost is in attack percentage. So there won't be any chance that you see there will be attack percentage appear on my substat again. So this is the fun part of this gear enhancement. It's like I've been telling my friends, everyone will have similar item level or even the unique event equipment, but end of the day when you do the enhancement, it's all about luck to see whether you can actually prop the enhancement on the specific substats that you actually want. Okay, let's try and do one arena battle. Sorry, I need to go and set up my team. Okay, team 4 will be my let's see. Okay, for arena, what I'll do is that I'll choose to find team that has lesser attacker but with more supporter, and try not to get those levels that is much higher than you. So like you see, they have these heroes, the very first group and the last group, right? The fourth hero is actually Shadow Rose. Shadow Rose is in fact one of the CR booster hero. If your gear speed is not to the optimal standards, right, is try best to avoid fighting against players with this kind of heroes. So if let's say you're not confident of fighting against them, what you can do, you can just press the time left button, spend 5,000 and swap to another team until you get the desired team that you want to compete against too. This team, because my speed is not very optimal, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to go for another row. Okay. Most likely I will choose the very first team, where there's Karin, says Rose and Diane. Though they have 2 level 60 character, but I believe my speed should be faster than Cess, and my objective is to take him down so that I can wipe out the rest of them. So I'll give a try and fight them. Take note that his PV point is 3003. His rank is far further higher than me. I'm rolling like 2004. So let's try my luck.
I believe this is what the goddess wills. May those evils be punished.
Okay.
I will do my best.
What happened just now is, see, Diane is the first one to execute her buffing skill. So this means that her speed is faster than me.